Midwestern movie reviewer here with another movie review. I recently saw A Quiet Place day one in theaters. Have you seen A Quiet Place, the first and second ones? This is the third in the installments and did not disappoint. This movie was great for so many different reasons. But before I go any further, if you like movie reviews and you like movie reviews with no spoilers, basically what you see in the trailer, in my opinion, of if it was good and worth your money, this is the review for you. Please like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you'll be notified when new movie reviews come out. Please stay tuned till the end of the video to find out what movies I'm going to review next. So this particular movie, the premise of it is Lupita Nyong'o is a person who has cancer, and she is going to the city to just have an outing with her group. While she's there, everything breaks loose. She's got her cat with her, and here come the aliens from A Quiet Place. That was a great premise for this. I've noticed that in Hollywood, they've gotten the memo that if they want the audience to get invested in these characters, they have to make them vulnerable. So you have Lupita Nyong'o's character who has cancer. So that makes it where she has difficulties, running and getting away from these situations. So you care, you're invested. This other character, Joseph Quinn plays, also has his issues. So that made it nice and even more enjoyable. The other things I noticed about this movie, whenever it first starts, this is what I like in it too. It would be a mashup between Jurassic Park and like September 11th, 9/11. That happened in New York. When you see those visuals of people running, you see all the dust from the buildings falling. In this movie, when the aliens crash into the town, that sets off fires and smoke and dust. And so if you threw in some velociraptors that were snatching people in the middle of the smoke and dust, that's what this felt like. Very intense, scary, and that jump scare that you don't know what's going to happen. It was so good, so well done. There's so many things I liked about this movie. This movie had some scenes that reminded me of some other things too. Are you a fan of The Walking Dead? And have you seen those scenes where there'll be a big horde of people, walkers, basically zombies, walking through a certain area, through a city, something like that? There were scenes in this where there were huge numbers of New Yorkers walking the streets, but they were trying to be quiet so that the things wouldn't attack them. Remind me so much of Walkers. It was very reminiscent of that. Because this movie, they have to be quiet, that characteristic of having to be quiet is also something you see in Jurassic Park movies. You got to be quiet because you don't want the dinosaurs to hear you. So it still gave me that feel where you're hunching down and you're scared and, they're hiding. But one thing that this movie had, when I saw this in 4DX, it was so immersive. You had, anytime there was water, you had water sprinkling on you. There was a lot of wind from different things. Whenever the screen had dust and smoke would come wafting through the movie theater. It was so immersive that you were exhausted by the end of it, but you felt like you had a great experience at the movies. So if you do have opportunity to see this in 4DX, I highly recommend it. I saw it again on a regular theater a couple of days later and still had a fantastic experience. Not as good as in 4DX, but still a perfect movie. So definitely try to go see this. It's PG-13. You could take your children to it. There's not gore, minimal language, just those scary jump scenes that you'd have to be careful of if that's something triggery for your kids. One other thing that I loved, this character, Joseph Quinn, this actor, he reminds me of a young Robert Downey Jr. Back in the day when Robert Downey Jr. was young, he was adorable, but he had a lot of charm and a slightly douchey quality that was still charming. This guy has the looks, and I'll put a comparison right here, and you can see that they resemble each other somewhat, but then he also had a very sweet quality that I enjoyed very much. I saw him acting in Stranger Things. He played some guy that was a little bit weird with a mullet, and he almost seems unrecognizable to the character he plays in this movie, A Quiet Place Day One. But in both, he did a great job. I enjoyed him in both, so he's going to have a great career ahead of him. This season is starting out fantastic for movies. There are 3 or 4 movies I'm going to see this next week and do reviews of. So look for movie reviews of Horizon, Maxine, Sound of Hope, and a mystery movie. So lots of summer movies coming out. I'm so excited. I can't wait. Midwestern Movie Reviewer says go see A Quiet Place Day 1 in theaters. And if you can, in 4DX. Midwestern Movie Reviewer out.